G'day folks, welcome back to OCS Korea. We are at the start of the 29th of July turn, heading into August, and the North Koreans have just broken into they've crossed the Naktong River and are pushing into this final Pusan line. UN forces still hold the key points here, Daegu here, Yeoncheon here, and Pohang-dong way out on the right. This is very weakly held and will likely fall soon. They're pulling back from Yeoncheon. They've got a sort of two regiments holding it. Daegu is well defended in the center here. It's a very important place, that central rail position. But the North Koreans have diverted. Just in the last turn, they swung their forces down along the river and then crossed here. Pushed, I think they actually eliminated the US forces, got an exploitation which I couldn't do much with, and that brings us to the start of this turn. So we start the turn with a weather determination. It's been some bad weather lately. Last turn was a flight turn, which really helped the UN forces. This is why we see a lot of these disorganized North Koreans, because of that counter-air barrage on the UN turn. All right, so let's make it an air roll. And it's still July, so that is a flight turn, which will really help the UN to hold this position. First play determination. Communists first, then the UN. It's a tie, so we re-roll. Communist, UN. This is interesting. Do we go first? Do the communists want to go first or not? Is there anything they can really exploit here? Or do they want to let the UN go first and then bank on back-to-back turns? I think we're going to bank on back-to-back turns. We're already disorganized, so yeah, we're going to say ROK go first. We're going to let the UN go first. All right, so air refit. We spend, oh geez, you know what? We are running low on supplies. These air units automatically refit. They're on a carrier. We do not have oh wait, we can throw supplies here, right? So we can throw, I think it's 1T per base. That's right, it's 1T per base. So I've got 2 tokens of supply here, which lets me refit them and then them. Now I've got another airbase up here. I could spend another token to refit them, but I think I'm just gonna, oh look, I think I'm just gonna conserve. I'm not gonna refit that base. It's only a level 1 airbase, 1 unit. No, I really shouldn't I? I need those air units. Okay, so we'll refit that as well. Get that unit back into action. Get everything we can. That 9 barrage strength could be really important. North Korean air is basically non-existent. They do have their air. Where have I put them? Here it is up here, but they are so weak and vulnerable. They haven't really been doing anything. Okay, and historically, I think they're all but wiped out by this stage. Okay, so air refit is done. Reinforcements. Now, still no communist reinforcements. Again, they come in 1st of August. So next turn, we'll get a couple of new divisions coming on and a new regiment. That'll be nice. But we're doing okay. We do. The North Koreans do have strength. No, wait, it's ROK turn. What am I doing? ROK reinforcements. What did they get on the 29th? Oops, wrong button. UN reinforcements, 29th, here we go. We have got 24th Division, 25th Infantry Division, 89th Tank Battalion, and we get an F-51 group. And, oh, you know what, I really need to, they're going to have to, I can't put them, they're going to have to start off in an airfield over here, because my airfields over here are pretty much full. Oh, I could throw them there. Okay. That's interesting. Going to have to increase my airbase capacity, which is something I haven't done before. Okay, so we'll be aiming for that. So reinforcements. I've placed some reinforcements. Supplies are unlimited. I roll on the UN table for variable replacements. 2d6. I get a 10, which is good. 2 ROK, 1 UN packs, 1 UN equipment. Okay, so ROK packs. Here we go. 1, 2. 1 UN. Make it an American packs, because we've got Americans out, and an American equipment. All right. And then we can do rebuild. Now we do have some American casualties. Where is the dead box? So we do have that artillery. And to rebuild an artillery regiment, yeah, it's a regiment, is 1 packs, 1 equipment. So we may as well do that. So we'll bring them down to Japan. One packs, 1 equipment, and they are rebuilt. Okay, got to use these things for something. Okay, rebuilding is complete. Let's get to movement. No breakout, we just have movement. So, UN forces movement. And I keep forgetting this, but our shipping points are 2.5 still. 2.5 shipping points, 1 rail point. I definitely need to get some supplies over. Would love to get this tank battalion. Oh, look at that, it's a good battalion too. Oh, regiment, sorry. They are strong. It's hard to resist really, so I'm going to go 1, and 2, ship them over with 2 shipping points. Okay, I think another half shipping point where I will ship over 2 tons of supply, 2 tokens of supply. And then I've got my air units here, and they will ship over an additional 3 tokens. Where will we ship them to? They can fly them over. Tego, I think, has supplies up there. I might throw them into that location there, and they fly back, and they're inactive. But look, being inactive doesn't really. I don't really have to. I can just drag them over to the inactive box because they have unlimited supplies in Japan. It's pretty easy to make them active again. Just reminding myself, it is a flight turn, so I can fly. Yep. Okay, movement. So what are we trying to do here? Look, it'd be nice to get another hedgehog here. Oh, wait, sorry, rebuild. I do have another PAX here, so I can rebuild in this area. I've got some good strength there. What I want to do is kind of rebuild. If I could just rebuild them 1 strength point, they defend at 10, I think. So the first step loss affects their attack strength. And then I think the second step loss affects their defense strength. I'm just going to double check that. A multi-step unit missing 1 or more steps halves its attack strength. If it's missing half or more, its defense strength is halved on defense. Okay, so basically if I can repair just 1 step here through that PAX and that PAX, it makes that just 1 step, giving them a defense of 10. So it doubles their defense by spending that. Now I'm just going to double check spending these PAX. Oh, they actually have to be stacked with, which they're not. One of them is, but not both. But I could. There are 2 stacked with this one, so I could spend these 2 packs to decrease that step, and that's now defending at a strength of 12, which is probably even better. Okay, so it has to be. I think the other rule has to be. Does it have to be within range of a headquarters? Let me just check these replacement rules. Okay, to rebuild it. Okay, to rebuild an on-map unit, it must be in a single hex at or within 2 hexes of a friendly HQ. Ah, so it's not. Damn. I thought I'd set that up so well, but I pulled my HQ back to here, and it must be in combat mode as well. That's really frustrating. And there's no other HQs. I did have an HQ in this vicinity, and I pulled them back. Damn. I did not organise that well. Okay, we'll fix that up. No worries. Somehow. It's really hard to do that because there's a headquarters there. I might have to get this headquarters out of the way. All right, so let's think about that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, this is going to take 2 more turns before I can use those replacements. Sorry, clear move markers. They've moved. They moved from there to there. Okay. I need to think about the line down here and how I'm going to stop them. Yes, they're disorganized, but for how long? Ah, geez, what do I do? What do I do? Hedgehog there. Look, there's medium hills there. This is low hills, green. I think it's medium hills. So maybe I defend here. Push these 2 units into here. Push these units up. Maybe I can counterattack here. They're disorganized. They're defending with a strength of 6. And I can bring... where is my American headquarters? It's up in Tegu. Alright, so what if I can put them in move mode, bring them around to here, Muriang, and get a counterattack? Let's try that. 1, 2, 3. We'll park ourselves there. Yeah, we're not throwing supplies very far, but adjacent is good enough. We'll nudge them in there. They have just shipped over, so they can't move. I will mark them as moved as a reminder of that. These are my new PAX units, so I'll move them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Combine arms. I believe. Yeah, I believe there's special rules about. What are the rules for international cooperation? ROK can only supply, rebuild ROK units. Yep. If an action rating is needed, when ROK and other UN forces are stacked together, the AR must come from the ROK unit. That's good because they've got an AR of 4. So what I can do is, although they're not even stacked together, but I can go 1, 2, move them in, and then, how am I doing here? 10, 19, 20, 21, 22, 26. That's 4 to 1. 26, 34. I might just leave them there. In fact, I'll nudge them in a little bit and hold there. I'm holding across that river well. I am holding there okay for now. I don't think I spent the 1 token to move that headquarters. I think I forgot. I can also bring some 1, 2. No, I can't reach. Oh wait, it's range of 3. 1, 2, 3. If I bring my artillery down there, they can actually reach that hex. Nice. Okay. Yep, everything's looking what I might do is push those Americans up, and I'll just swap places with those. Alright, so they're going to move up there, hold that river, bring the big division, that third division down to hold that more important city hex in Taegu. So out on the right here, looking at my defences here, I'm just going to bring my artillery back behind the line there, back behind the line there, and keep everyone there. Got quite a few replacements there now. I've got a stack of supplies. They will try and hold that point for as long as possible. I need to improve my airbase here. All right, so I haven't done this before, so let's figure out how to improve an airbase. Building an airbase. Airbases can be improved only during the movement phase and only by engineer-capable units. I have none there and none there. Okay, so maybe... Okay, this is going to be interesting. There's no airbase there. All right, let's bring these guys. 1, 2, 3. Going to bring them back to Pusan. Okay, this says, so they're now in Pusan, 13.8D, let's double check. Okay, engineer capable units can perform construction. Tasks include building air bases. They cannot move in the phase they perform this construction, but they're there now, they'll wait until next turn. Right, so we're going to try and improve that air base. Okay, not to worry. So movement is pretty much, have I done everything? I don't think I've spent my rail points, so I could spend some rail. I've forgotten what I wanted to do. I want to get some hedgehogs, but I'm very low on supplies. Got a dump there, and a dump there, little dump. I think I just saved my supply. Oh look, I'm going on the counter. I've got no supplies, and I'm going on the counter attack. Okay, let's. But it's a good opportunity. Okay, so movement phase is done. Air naval barrage. Well, they're already disorganized. What other? Oh, look, this area here. So let's send some air units up to here. I'm going to throw everything at this hex. When I say everything, I mean these 4 units. All right, so flak. That's fine. I've got a barrage factor of 16, 21, 30. Barrage factor of 30. They have got 7 RE in this hex. That's, wow, 4 to the right. So we're looking at 30. And then a very dense hex, greater than 6 RE. So we go from 30, we go 1, 2, off the chart to here. No unit ever counts as more than 3, so it's up to 6. So right to the 3, which is still in this row. Left to the 1, so hold on, 40. Left to the 1, no, they're in the clear, right? Yeah, there's a clear hex as well. So yeah, we're using this column here. 117, wow, okay, let's roll. A 5 is a parentheses 1/2, which means it's there's no hedgehog there. Oh, we don't have a spotter. Spotter. Any friendly unit adjacent, okay. Barrage tables, maybe they're a correct spotter, are penalised by a 3-column shift. But aircraft are with, so there's a lot of modifiers here. Okay, we don't have a correct spotter, so we go, All right, we start on here. We go 1, 2, 3 to the left, I think, because we don't have correct spotter. Then we go 1, 2, 3 to the right for the density shift. Okay. But then we go further 1 to the right because all aircraft are within 10 hexes of their base. So look at this column, we rolled a 5, which is just a DG. So they're disorganized. And these units become inactive and return to base. They become inactive and return to base. All right, hopefully I did that right. That was a bit of a complex one. We do have this unit up here. They will attack right next to them here. Roll for flak, no worries. And bombard of 9, barrage of 9. We have got, it's in the open, I think. Yep, so it's in the open, just one step. So looking at 9, 1 to the left for the small RE. 1 to the right because they're within 10 hexes of their base. So looking at this column, 8 to 11, 6 is 8 to 11, 6 is no effect. They become inactive and then return to that base. All right. Now, that's air naval barrage. Now we check supply, everything's fine. Everything can draw trace supply, there's no reaction, there's no movement, no reaction barrage. We get to combat, we have artillery barrage now. Now, this is a 20, do I have enough supply? So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I need 6, which is 6 tokens of supply. So there's 1 here, which I can draw and throw, and 2 here, which doesn't give me much. Can these guys draw? No, 1, 2, 3, 4, yes, they can draw supplies from here as well. From that dump, this headquarters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've set that up conveniently nicely. Okay, which means that I can barrage with this artillery comfortably. All right, so it is a 20 strength barrage, which costs 3 tons of supply. So I can draw that from here. They are drawing from the dump and then throwing it out to that artillery, which is where they, exactly where they are. In fact, the artillery can draw it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 straight from that dump. 3 tons. They are at strength 20. This unit is... Why am I doing this? They're already disorganized. Indeed, why am I bothering? I think I'll cancel that attack. I won't worry with the artillery. I will just go straight into combat. Just looking, is there any other places I want to barrage? I've got these units here. I don't think so. I think I'll just go straight into combat. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'll go 3, 4, 5, 6 tokens of supply. Ooh. The defender will spend 1. Can they throw that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, they can. So they'll spend their 2 tokens to defend at full strength. All right, we have a defender's action rating of 2, -1 because they're disorganized is a 1 versus the 4 here. So 4 minus 1 is 3. That's attacker surprise and only 1 column shift. Okay, so only 1 column shift in the combat. We go from 19, 22, 26, 26 on 6, 4 to 1. We go from 4 to 1 in close terrain. 4 to 1 in close. 1 column shift becomes 6 to 1 in close. We roll the dice. Add 3 for the difference, so it becomes an 8. 6 to 1, 8 is an A01 DL101. A01 DL101. Look, I think I might try and preserve my strength. So I'm going to take the AO1 as a retreat, and they have to take a DL1. And then that impacts it. That basically halves their attack strength and they're disorganized. So that, yeah, I'm giving up Yongsan here. I know I could have taken a step loss, but I want to try and preserve my force strength here. I just realised I've kind of left that open, so I'm going to pull back to there, retreat to there. All right, not the best combat result, but yeah, not bad. I mean, inflicting some losses on the North Koreans, that's got to be okay. All right, no further combat. Yeah, no further combat. Which brings me to the end of the UN turn. There's no exploitation. Clean up, we remove disorganized markers, and there are none. So we get to the North Korean turn. They do aircraft refit, they do reinforcements, and I think I checked earlier and there weren't any, right? Yep, not this turn. They roll for supplies. So communist tables, variable replacements. A 6 will give them 1 pax in Pyongyang. And supplies, a 6 will give them 2.5 supplies. So 2.5 new supplies in Pyongyang. And we've got a truck here ready to load some of those up for the 105th Tank Division. Rail is still 2. Okay. Unit rebuilds. So do I have any convenient? I do. I've got 2 packs down here, but they're not close to an HQ. So they need to get to this hex here. All right, so clear my move markers. And let's think about what to do here. Like I said, I've got disorganized units here, which is going to make things difficult. I've got some American units here, kind of that I can easily kind of maneuver to pick on. This unit here, it's out in the open. It's such a prime target. So let's go. I'm just thinking about these disorganized units. I don't really want to attack with them, but they can still kind of move up and do something. They have half their movement value. That's not to worry. So we can just nudge down here. We can, we'll nudge these guys down here. They'll hold. I think they'll nudge over here just to bolster that position there. Now these guys can go 1, 2, their leg movement, so they can walk straight past there, I think, and a half. And they'll hold. 1, actually, hold on, I want to move these guys across that bridge there. Actually, I want to split these guys up. I don't want to keep them together. So they will go 1 and move down there, and they'll go a half and move there. Actually, they'll go a full 1 and move there. Actually, they'll go 1.5, half their movement. Then my artillery will shift around to here and shift around to there to be able to strike here. And I'll get these guys across the river. May as well move this artillery up as well. And what have I got behind the line? What am I getting some of these units involved? So let's fuel these with some supplies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Yeah, I'm tempted to bring this division down. They'll be halved in attack. So what have I got? I've got 12, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. It gives me 4 to 1, I guess. Maybe I can just organise them in barrage. That's what I'm aiming for. All right, going to bring these PAX units down to here. 1, 2, bring that artillery piece up. All right, might be time to hit Yongchon over here. So 1, 2, they'll nudge down. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's why I've got 3 units there. So I'll move 1 in there and I'll leave 1 behind just to hold that position for now. Truck. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and a half. Load up with supplies. Load up with supplies. I don't know how to indicate this. It can carry 2 supplies. What happens if 5? Okay. What I say it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and a half, 6 and a half to load up, 7, 8, 9, 10. So they're carrying those supplies. Yeah, okay. That's everyone. They are holding that reserve position there. I'm happy there. Happy back here. Ah, wait, I've got some trucks with supplies to load up. So they'll load up. And we'll go racing down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. And they're right in the thick of the 105th. There we go, 105th there. There are more, I'm sure there are more 105th tank. Where are they all? I don't know where they are. One up here. Yep, so they can fuel them. And they can only fuel them or equip them. Now, I've still got my 2.5 rail, 2 rail. That is half. That is 1.5. That is 2. And they will rail all the way down to this location. All right, so they've got 3 packs there. Yep. Okay. That's my movement done. No air naval barrage. Supplies. Now, I'm pretty sure these guys can throw supplies forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, they can throw supplies all to these units fine. No reaction. So we get to combat and artillery barrages. So this is the important one I want to barrage. And I've got these 2 artillery pieces here, 26. Okay, so I'm looking at 26, which is going to be 4 tokens of supplies. Done, spent. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I can throw that down there. That gives me 26 on this unit here, which is in close terrain. So 26. It's 1 RE, so 26 goes down 1 for being a small density, and then 1 for being close, and that's it. Then we roll on the 12 to 16 column. A 5 is nothing. Oh, I really wanted to disorganize that unit. No way, I'm targeting the wrong unit. I'm meant to be targeting this unit. I don't know why I was targeting the 8. Okay, that was silly. Okay, well that's done. Now I target this unit with the rest of my artillery. 1, 2, 3. Geez, I can hit 39 here, which is 4 tons of supply. 4 tokens, I'm sorry. All right, spent that. So we've got 39, these 3 units here, hitting the 5. That's what I'm focusing on, not the 8. So 39, this column, it's in the open. So no modifier there. 1 column shift to the left. 17 to 24, a 3. Oh my goodness, I've just spent 2 SP on nothing. All right, not to worry. Let's just throw it all into combat. So we've got 3, 4, 5, 6 steps attacking, which requires 6 tokens of supply. We have got an RE of 4 versus an AR of 4 versus an AR of 2, which is a +2 modifier, which is attacker surprise and column shift, 4 column shifts. All right. So on the combat, we look at, they're in the clear, which is, yeah, terrible for them. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 on 5, which is 4 to 1 in the open. 4 shifts, 1, 2, 3, 4. So now looking at this column, 11 to 1 with a +2 modifier. Oh, 5. 11 to 1, 5 is AO1 E4. Look, I'm going to take the option here to, I've got to take a step off this unit. They've got the dead pile. I'll take it AO1 E4 because that now gives me an E4 result. 11 to 1, 5. And they DL1, so they die as well. So that lets me move into here. AL, maybe I don't worry. Look, no, I'm not going to worry. AL1, E4, it's going to require a lot to exploit. So I'm going to take the option 1 and just retreat. They still have to take the DL1. Right, so they're dead anyway. The exploitation wouldn't have done anything for me. I think that's a smart thing to do. Hey Tim, welcome back. They are getting hemmed in. More and more forces are arriving. As the net closes, they pull in tighter and tighter. We just had a counterattack. Americans tried to counterattack down here. Yeah, with some success, caused a step loss. Can I also attack up here? Yeah, let's try and get an attack up here. Do I have the supplies? We will soon. I don't think we do. I don't think I can supply this. Hold on. No, they can't. It's a long way to get supplies to this unit. They'd have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And they cannot get any further. 8. This is low hills. 8, 9, 10. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, they are so close. If they... Let me just move them in there instead, because I can throw supplies to this space here. All right, so I'm going to do that. Just adjust the movement. Combat. No. Oh yeah, we do have an artillery here. Let's make sure I've got enough supplies. So 4, 5, 6, 7. Although these guys can probably draw supplies. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, they can draw supplies from up here. So they will. We'll try an artillery barrage. We've got this artillery piece here, 13, which is going to be 3 tokens of supply. That's a lot. Yeah, we're going to need it really, aren't we? 3 tokens of supply to barrage. They've got 2 steps, so they are greater than 1 up to 3, no modifier there. They are in close terrain and in a hedgehog, so their 13 comes down to 5 to 7. 9, which is a DG result. Excellent. Perfect. About time. Now we feel the combat. And I've got 1, 2, 4 steps, 5, 6, 7. There goes all my supplies. And I've got a strength of 21 plus 5 is 26 on 4, which is 6 to 1. 6 to 1 in close terrain because they're in that village. So 6 to 1 close is here. Of course, the defenders will spend their 2 tokens of supply. I think I forgot to spend it over here actually, didn't I? I don't think I spent my defender supply to defend at full strength. Okay, so I spent supply for defenders. ARs, we will lead with the 4 here. So we're looking at 4 on 3, -1 for their disorganization is a +2 modifier. 5, 6, 7 has no effect. So now again, we are looking at, what did I say, 6 to 1, this column here in the open, no column shift with a +2 modifier is a 9, 5 to 1, 9 is an AO1 E4, DL1 O2. AO1 E4, so the exploitation have minimal impact. If I take a step loss, they then have to retreat, and that's so I'll sacrifice a step to force them to take 2 options. That'll really dislodge them from that position. Okay, I think I'm going to do that. So AO1, I have to take it from the lead unit. AO1 and then 5 to 1, 9. DL1, they have to take a step loss. And then O2, they're going to have to retreat 2, 1, 2. And I can advance. And the exploitation 4 has no impact because my unit died. But I moved into Yongshan, broken that final Pusan line. And it's this disorganized unit in the way. Okay, so that's combat done. Yeah, that's combat done. So there's no exploitation barrage or combat. We do cleanup, so we remove disorganization from these North Korean units down here. They are ready to continue their drive. They're ready to continue. And that's it. That's the end of the turn. So, more. So I'll wrap it up here, but just to recap. Okay, so 2 combats. We had a combat here and a combat here. We've broken through the line here. We've opened up a gap here for forcing elimination. So we're really, North Koreans keep reducing the strength of the defenders. You think we had 2 American defenders arrive this turn, but the UN forces have just lost 2 and they're disorganized. They've lost 2 steps, disorganized, and they keep having to pull back. And things are looking difficult for Taegu here. And if now might be an opportunity to get that back-to-back turn, because if the North Koreans can win the initiative, they can swing around, surround Taegu, and just bleed it out. Yeah, I don't know. Hard to defend. Let me know if you spot anything that I've missed. I think I forgot to move this unit up. That's fine. They can draw supply from Sinchon. Yeah, interesting. The news tightens around the Allied base in Pusan. All right, folks. Thank you.